Hey everyone, back at you today with another kitchen gadget review. This time we have the Morphy Richards hot water dispenser. It's the 131. So we're talking the 13100 range, so it's a 13104 of a 13101 range of hot water dispensers. It's a big hot water dispenser that I've been looking forward to doing a review on for quite some time, because unfortunately the product seems to have quite a few negative comments out there, disappointing reviews, and for me it's a fantastic hot water dispenser. It's, if you will, the family hot water dispenser. So unlike some of its rivals, if you can even call them rivals, I mean they're two I'm going to be comparing it to today, the most popular, or two of the most popular on the market, which would be the Breville 1 cup range and the Bosch Filtrino range. Both of these are single cup hot water dispensers, where the Morphy Richards hot water dispenser differs. And the reason I like to refer to it as the family hot water dispenser is because you can do 1 cup at a time. You can also do 2 cups at a time. You can do up to so you can boil up to 1.5 litres in one go, which none of the other hot water dispensers have that kind of functionality. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we have on offer. So this is the Morphy Richards hot water dispenser. The first big difference is the size, the sheer size of the water tank. This bad boy here will hold up to 3 litres of water, and you will notice on the front that there is the little Brita filter, but I have no Brita water filter in there. One of the reasons I haven't got the water filter in there is because I have a water filter. I also have an espresso machine, so I need filtered water for both products. Also, I used to have a Tassimo machine, and I just feel that having the filter in the system takes up so much room, and so now I wouldn't be surprised if I actually have slightly over 3 litres in the machine. Now, one thing to bear in mind if you're thinking of getting this for an elderly person is when this tank is full, it does weigh quite a bit. That said, you don't have to fill it all the way. You could just fill it to half capacity, as the maximum boil on this thing is 1.5 litres. So we have, as you would expect, the drip tray. Here you have your indicators for single mug, or if you're having 2 mugs. You can also pull it out further if you intend to do something like pasta and you want to place a saucepan on there. And that's another big difference with this machine, is that you can use it to, you can boil enough water for things like rice and pasta. Boil the water first, add it to there, then whack it on the hob. It's a lot more energy efficient than trying to heat a cold saucepan full of water with gas or electric hob. Another reason I like this machine is because they thought of little touches. For instance, I mean, I doubt you'd ever fill up this entire drip tray. But if you were lazy and you left it long enough, you do get a little full indicator to tell you to empty the hot water. So here we have our dial. This is where you select how much water you want from 150, and then from 150 you go up by 20 mils all the way up to 1.5 litres. Now you'll notice when I get past the 600 ml mark, this little auto indicator disappears. Now what this is for instance, if we were just doing 1 or 2 cups or anything up to 600 millilitres, this will automatically dispense. Over 600 millilitres, obviously, again, another well thought out feature is they don't want you going away with a litre of water on the boil that automatically dispenses and you've forgotten to put some ink under the dispenser. so you cannot have the auto function over 600 millilitres. So other than that, the only other function of this machine is that we have a selector of 100, 95 and 85 degrees. Again, another beneficial feature with this hot water dispenser is that, unlike the Bosch and the Breville 1 cup, this will heat your water to 100 degrees. It functions differently in the sense that it is more like a traditional kettle with a traditional rapid boil heating element. So you do achieve 100 degrees. On the Breville, from what I've been able to find from reviews, obviously I don't have these products so I can't give a 100% fair comparison, but from all the research I've done online, the Breville 1 Touch will only give you a maximum of about 85 degrees, and the Bosch Filtrino manages to achieve about 90 to 93 degrees from what I've been able to find out. So you'll notice that you have to select exactly how many millilitres you want in your cup. For some people you might be like, well, I don't know how much my cup holds. It's rather easy. Simply fill your cup with water, tip that into a measuring jug, and that will tell you how many millilitres it is. I can tell you that most mugs are about 230 to 240 millilitres. That is one slight gripe with this machine, is that it goes up by 20 millilitres at a time. It might sound silly, but the ideal amount for my cup would be 230 millilitres, but I either have to have a slightly short cup at 220 or a slightly fuller cup at 240. I always go for the 240 because it's still manageable, it's just very near the rim of the glass. It would be better if it went up in 10 millilitres rather than 20, but there we go. So we've got our machine filled, we've got it pushed in. We shall select 240 millilitres. I shall get my cup, place it on the indicator for 1 cup. I'm going to time this, because one thing that people are mentioning in the reviews that I've seen is that it's rather slow to fill 1 cup. Now, every single video I've been able to find for the Breville 1 cup and the Filtrino are roughly the same, and the Filtrino actually is mind-numbingly slow. The Filtrino comes in at 1 minute and 36 seconds, would you believe, to fill a single cup. The Breville hot cup comes in at 53 seconds. Here we go. And so there we have it, literally just over 1 minute. The total time was 1 minute .01. So halfway between the Bosch and the Breville. So now I'm going to show you where this machine starts to differ. We're going to do a time test for 2 cups. So again, like I've already said, with the Breville 1 cup and the Bosch Filtrino, you can't do more than 1 cup at a time. So if we're talking the Bosch, you're going to be talking 3 minutes to do 2 cups of tea. With the Breville 1 cup, you're going to be talking pretty much 2 minutes to do a cup of tea. So let's have a quick look and see how long the Morphy Richards takes to do 2 cups. So this time you will notice I've got my 2 cups on the 2 cup ring. Pop the stopwatch there. We shall select 2 cups and we shall start. So one of the nice things again with this machine is to save time even further. As it starts to pour the water through into the heating chamber, it also starts to boil. Again, for 2 cups this is still on auto as well, so I can be off in the few seconds that it takes to make the cup of tea. I can be running around doing a few quick jobs or whatever it is I need to do. The tea bags can be in there, and when I come back my tea's a chance to brew as well. And let's not forget as well, this is at a full 100 degrees. Like I've already said, the other machines can't even achieve the 100 degrees. So So now this machine is much quicker. 1 minute 43 seconds to make 2 cups of tea. A massive 15 seconds quicker than the Breville. And 1.5 minutes quicker than that Bosch Filtrino. So, what if I want to make more than 2 cups of tea, I hear you ask? Well now, this is where the machine starts to get a lot more efficient than the Breville and the Bosch. And I'm going to show you how. Okay, so now all of a sudden I've got 4 people round. I want to do 4 cups of tea. I've got my Breville One Touch, I've got my Bosch Filtrino, and I've got to do every single one individually. Let it go through that cycle, that 1.5 minute cycle on the Filtrino. But with the Morphy Richards, I'm just going to work out, okay, so my cup takes 240 millilitres. What is 240 times 4, boys and girls? 960 millilitres. So we go and we select 960 on here and simply press the start button. Now, as I explained before, the auto has gone off, and this is how it enables us to do 4 cups of tea also. So we place our two cups to start with on there. And we'll wait for it to boil our 960 millilitres of water. So now this would be the same principle as well if we were boiling our water to do a saucepan of rice or pasta or so on. Even with veg, I use it for veg as well. It's so much more efficient than waiting for the hob to boil the water. So for most of my saucepans I do 1 to 1.2 litres, and it seems to be just about right. Then stick it on the hob to simmer for a bit or boil for a bit or whatever it needs to do, and then you've got your pasta in no time at all as well. So you're probably starting to see why I refer to this as the sort of family hot water dispenser. It just does so much more than any of the other machines that are out there. And whilst we're waiting, we might as well talk price, because at the moment this machine, they do it in this lovely white, which I got to go with my lovely white kitchen. They do it in a stainless steel and black version as well, and you're looking at about £140 at the moment, which, when you consider, okay, the hot cup, it's a completely different machine really. That is only coming in at about £40, but the Bosch Filtrino comes in between £70 and £100 I've seen it going for, so this machine really is quite good value. There we go. So, I don't know if you can see, but this is now lit up red. It says that it's ready to dispense, it's finished boiling. We've got 2 cups, so I'm simply going to press the button to start dispensing the water, and when it's enough, I'm going to press the button again to stop it dispensing the water. 2 cups done. Now, pop those to one side quick. I'll pop 2 more mugs on. I'm sure you've got the idea by now. Press that button again. And I've just done myself 4 mugs of tea. And so that's about it for the review really. If you're one person on your own, it might not be the machine for you. I get the whole idea with the Breville hot cup. It's particularly good for the elderly, because it doesn't weigh much. I haven't got to pick up a heavy kettle. With this, you've still got a heavy tank to pick up. But if you're 2 or more people, honestly, I think it's such a fantastic machine. It's got features that have been well thought out, and it is, when you start going past 1 cup, it's so much quicker than any of the other machines out there. And I'm really disappointed that it's got such I'm really disappointed that it's got some of the negative reviews and comments out there. I haven't seen many glowing reports of it, but maybe I'm different to everybody else. But honestly, I think it's a great machine, and I hope this review has helped sway your mind a little bit if it's something you've been looking at. Thanks guys, see you next time.